What's going on, Bruin fans? Ghost here talking a little about UCLA in the spring and how it went. First of all, as the title says, Morrell Presley transfers. This is really just a sad story, to be honest. Real sad story on how UCLA's recruits have not turned out to be good or have turned out to be not so productive. Uh, some of you forgot, Morrell Presley was considered to be the best tight end coming out of high school. He's done nothing, pretty much nothing as a UCLA tight end or playing as an F back. Just just not as productive. He's also had some off the field issues. So it's unfortunate that he transfers and that he just really wasn't as good, as all hyped up as we thought he'd be. Does this go credit to the coaches? Yeah, some of the coaching staff will get responsibility for or take responsibility for this failure. Courtney Viney also transferred, so I'm not surprised there. Thought he'd at least finish his degree at UCLA since he's a senior, but he was like third or fourth on the depth chart in corners, so I'm not surprised at all that he leaves. Going on to the spring roster, though, the spring game for UCLA was brutal. I know it was a spring game, and I know it was just a spring, but it's really disheartening to know that UCLA's offense is still having its troubles. It's been so irrelevant for the last 5 years. Just horrible, horrible offense UCLA's been having. And then there's the quarterback situation, which we don't even know who the quarterback's going to be coming into this fall, because Kevin Prince is coming back from an injury. Richard Breho has been playing baseball. And then you got Brett Hundley, who's a true freshman, which that's really a big gamble to put a true freshman in there at quarterback starting. But you have that trio in competition, and all three have their flaws. I mean, Hundley's a freshman. You can't have a whole lot of expectations for him. Breho supposedly has stepped it up, but I'm not really sure what to think. The offensive line depth is horrible. I think the offensive line, a lot of them were injured and a lot of them didn't play during the spring game, but the defense was owning the spring game for the most part, and it's rough to hear that like the offensive units have not really taken a lot of progress and stride. Uh, the defense, though, I think it'll be respectable. I'm not as worried there. Joe Tercey is an okay hire. I'm fine with him as our defensive coordinator. He did take commands of a defense in the past that's committed a lot more turnovers. So if we could force turnovers, that's a sign and start. But UCLA's offense is really going to need to do something if the coaches want to keep their job, and they know it. The pressure is on. Mike Johnson is our offensive coordinator. We have to put some faith in him. I think also we picked up a guy from Nevada, one of the guys to do the running game, and we also have a new offensive line coach. So we made a shuffle when it comes to the offensive staff. But is it going to translate into a whole lot? We'll see. I just don't know what to think. I mean, we're using that pistol. We're going to use some alternating. Just it hasn't been very good, and it hasn't been very a good time to be optimistic about UCLA. Just the offense is really going to need to step up their composure. I'm not really impressed right now, and if you're a UCLA fan, maybe you need to just convince me how to be optimistic this fall about UCLA football. I'm not really as excited as maybe some fans are. This is really the do or die for Neuheisel and his coaching staff, as we know. He's got his two new coordinators, and he knows it. He knows that the heat is on. But I'm really, if Neuheisel fails this fall and whatnot, I'm not going to really be pissed at Neuheisel. I'm going to be pissed at Dan Guerrero for making the hire, because this was a controversial hire to begin with. And yeah, I think every college football fanatic is aware of his history for what Neuheisel did at Washington and Colorado, giving a lot of let's just say some issues. And this hire right now has not looked good. We've had some nice recruiting classes, but it hasn't translated into wins on the field. The offense is still not very convincing, and just hasn't been a whole reason to be optimistic. Just it's been rough to be a UCLA fan the last 5 years. So we'll see. Raheem Moore has been pretty expendable. I'm not so worried about the safety position, but the linebacker and front seven should be improved because a lot of Jordan Zumwalt, Patrick Larimore should be all right up front. And Tony Jones, they just need to get healthy. whether it's the offensive line or Daytona Jones, because it was rough to hear he was out for all of the last season. So gotta hope for that. Going on to some other sporting notes. Good luck to Corey Close, who is now the women's basketball coach. I think she was an assistant at Florida State. It sucks that Nikki Caldwell left. I know I've said that a lot of times, but I don't know why she took a job at LSU, who's not even that good of a program. But whatever. I just hope Tennessee kicks their ass. And then the water polo team. I was actually at the MPSF tournament. The water polo team came up here and made the finals, but unfortunately lost to Cal. They're the number 3 seed in the tournament, so good luck to them. On the baseball note, they've gotten a share of wins, share of losses. They're definitely not ranked near the top like Oregon State is, but at least we know that this baseball team will make the tournament. I'll probably talk about the baseball team whenever they're eliminated or who they're playing in the tournament. So good luck to the baseball team. I know it was rough about a week ago when they got no hit. So that's about all I got to say about UCLA in the spring. It's just been very hard to be a UCLA fan. That's all I can say. So we'll see you guys later, and go Bruins as always.